Hey, Christoph.
Oh, freak.
Hey,
Can you
good to
hear
see you here.
can you hear me?
I can hear you perfectly.
Okay, that's good. I'm just having some issues with my AirPods Pro
Ah,
again because I can't make them connect again with my MacBook.
oh
I
my
have this like
God.
every few days. It's crazy. I
Ah,
hate it.
yeah. Sometimes for me, it's also that the computer doesn't recognize the mic, or it has let the default mic jump to the MacBook, which is closed, and yeah, that's obviously not helpful then.
Not what
Yeah,
we want.
this is, I guess, what happens when we don't do a tech check beforehand. Then things start going wrong.
But we made it.
We made it indeed. Uh, what do you think about that awesome little graph that Kaneko made for us?
You just showed it to me and was like, oh my God, what's going on? What is that? Because I asked Freak like an hour ago if it would make sense to, or 2 hours to make such an image. And suddenly we have one, and Kaneko already did it again. This
Yeah,
guy is amazing.
pretty fantastic. So yeah, you asked me, and I thought, yeah, pretty good idea. And I thought, hey, let's just ask Twitter, can anybody make this? And then I thought, we just gotta ask the man, the right man for the job for this,
The one and only.
the one and only. And yeah, it's pretty amazing how fast that he came up with something. So yeah, pretty grateful for that.
It is.
So Christoph, how have you been doing, man? It's been a while since we last talked.
Yeah, I think a few weeks, 3 weeks,
Mhm.
maybe a little bit more.
Yeah.
I've been doing well. We had some amazing weather the last weeks. It already feels a little bit like summer here. So,
Hmm.
yeah, we had a lot of work in our little garden,
Ah,
and this was a
nice.
lot of fun. And yeah, I spent a lot of time outside and try to get some sun.
Yeah, the world is a much better place when you can go outside, right?
Yeah, it
Uh,
is.
I have like here the same. Yeah, now I'm sitting here, obviously, but before our call started, I sat a little bit outside on our terrace. It's sunny. It's just much more fun to work that way.
Yeah.
And there's something nice happening in Belgium as well. The bars and restaurants are going to partially open tomorrow, so that will
Oh,
be
nice.
a small step back to normality. There are two main differences with normality is um, they you can only go outside. You aren't allowed to go inside, so it's only the terraces of the restaurants
Mm-hmm.
and the bars, and they all have to close at 10. But I'll take that uh, above the situation that we had. So it's much better than nothing.
Yeah, for sure. It sounds amazing. We have to wait, I think, 12 more days, and then all the restaurants will open again, also inside.
Ah,
So let's see how that goes. But
yeah.
of course, we're a little excited too.
Yeah, it's like the first steps back to like normal life and seeing people and stuff. I was always a little bit worried, I think, that they would open up things too soon.
Yeah.
And I guess I'm still a little bit worried, but on the other hand, you see that the numbers, or in Belgium at least, are dropping, and the vaccination campaign is really in high speed now. I think the last number that I saw for Belgium was that I think 36% has been vaccinated,
Oh, wow. Mhm.
and it goes really fast now. So my
Good
age
news.
group is expected somewhere, I think next month, or in 2 months, I should say. So somewhere in the summer. So that's good.
That's really good. We also had today was opening for appointments for people between 30 and 40,
Yeah.
which I belong to.
Uh huh.
And yeah, I also have now my first appointment for, I think it's in beginning of June, something like this, and then the
Ah,
next
yeah.
one
Okay.
4 weeks later, something like this. And yeah, it's Exciting times.
Yeah, that's the beginning of the end of the pandemic, right? If
Yeah, let's hope so. Yeah.
you get it. I think last weekend I was in a room with a couple of other people, a couple of family members, and I was like the only one who hasn't been vaccinated yet. It was
Oh,
like,
really?
okay, yeah, it was all people a little bit older than me,
Hmm.
and it was like, okay, we got this, we're getting there. This is good. Yeah,
This sounds good. Yeah.
yeah.
So, Freek, I wanted to go back about the sun. And I
Hmm.
was talking to my wife last week, and for us, it's always when the sun comes out, we all feel so much better. It's so nice if you can go outside. And we always think about what it would be living in a country a little bit more south, where you have more sun, where the life is actually more outside, more things happening outside. And we were all thinking about, would it be much better life if we could live at a place there, or if we would have it every day, would it get boring at some point again? What do you think?
That's a good question. Yeah, we should like ask Nuno that or something. I'm thinking that you probably will get used to it. You won't get as happy as we are if there's like good weather because yeah, it's there all the time, I guess. But I think like a positive side effect could be, I think that if you're more outside, you're maybe less busy with work and everything is a little bit at a slower pace, something like that. Maybe I say so because yeah, when I'm in a hotter country, I'm probably there for vacation and
Yeah,
not for working. But for me, it seems like it has like an effect on like not that you're happier with the weather, but on like your pace that your living slows a little bit down because it's already pretty good, you know.
yeah, I think so too. It feels like people and the culture, everything is a little bit slower, but not in a bad
Hmm.
way, but in a good way. So I think that's also why for us going to countries like Portugal, for example, yeah, it already feels like vacation because yeah, life feels a little bit more simple, more slower, and it's really nice and enjoyable. So
Here's Dan in the chat who says that as a Brazilian, I appreciate the four seasons in the EU. Brazil is like hot, or let's pretend it's winter.
that's then the other side. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I think like the variety that we have is indeed pretty good.
Yeah,
I think if I had to choose, then yeah, I would probably yeah choose where we are now, where you have a little bit of both. You know,
yeah.
it
I
go
think so
go ahead.
too. And if we have vacations again, because normally me and my wife we would go yeah to other countries every year a few times, and I
Hmm.
think then it will be of course much easier. But now we've been at home for a very long time, and I'm really looking forward to yeah visiting
Hmm.
other countries again. The weather, going to the sea. Oh my God,
Hmm.
I miss the sea a lot.
You know what also is like a benefit of not living in a hot country. So you have the benefit that you can go to a hot country and enjoy your holiday. So for other people who live in hot countries, why should they go to another hot country? They already have it hot, you know?
Yeah, come to the winter for us. Yeah,
Yeah.
to see
It, it
snow.
it reminds me a little bit of like this program that I once saw from Ricky Gervais. As he had like his travel show, and he
Hmm.
was standing in front of I think some sort of palace, and his sidekick was saying, "Where do you want to live? Do you want to live in the palace or the little house in front of the palace?" And he answered, "Yeah, I want to live in the little house so I can watch the palace. The palace needs to watch my little house the whole
Yeah.
time, but if I'm in the little house, I have a better view than them." I thought that was like a great response.
Yeah, that it is.
Here, Adrian is looking forward to drinking a beer with you, Christoph.
Oh yeah, I'm too, Adrian. Yeah, yeah. It's been such a long time meeting other people. I know it's in many countries the same, but we only meet people currently if it's important, then in smaller groups, and we try to be very careful. And yeah, a lot of those casual happenings just don't happen, and I don't yet phone any of my friends, hey, come over for a beer or something like this. It's yeah, it's basically not happening. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to this small little talks, to a conference, meeting people there, having a drink there together.
Hmm.
Simple but good life.
Yeah, indeed, those things that you take for granted, you know. Um, I also, of course, I've seen some of my friends during the pandemic, but with some group of people, I also only meet when we are going to do something. Do you know that
Yeah,
kind of group events or groups where of people where you, hey, we will go to the concert, but you don't necessarily just do anything more than that, and yeah, that is gone, and I will be very happy when those kind of things get back as well, where you don't only see like your best buddies, but all the other
yeah,
buddies as
the
well.
others as well.
Yeah, and I count like conferences in that category as well.
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
So,
All right.
Christoph, how was the PHP Storm course going for you the past month? Because you created more content, right?
Um, did I? I'm not sure.
Uh,
I
yeah, I think
Maybe
you
the
did
last
like.
time when we talked, yeah, maybe I was working on the last video. So yeah, I think that this could be the situation. Yeah, so I finished now all the planned videos,
Mhm.
which felt really good
Yeah,
because when you do a product and you often release it a little bit before it's finished, or then you have to work after it if it's released, and then you're thinking about how did the release go, and then are you motivated about creating the content because maybe the release didn't go that well, and then it feels a little bit more difficult to work on the content for something maybe that wasn't working like you expected, which was not this case. But I think it's always a little bit difficult. But the release went good, so I was really motivated to finish the last videos. But yeah, when you finish the things that you planned for the course and that you told people already, because of
hmm,
course on the website I told people about what I want to cover, and I finished this now, and this felt really good. I still have some plans for some other videos. People were contacting me for a lot of people were contacting me about performance issues with PHP Storm and how to
yeah,
make it better in this way, which is really difficult, I think, to make videos about this because I think there's so many different situations why and when it's not working that well. And I'm now on my new Apple M1 machine and everything works really well. So I'm not sure if it makes sense for me to make such videos, but I'm thinking about it. Yeah, but
yeah.
it's been going good, and yeah. I might do some more videos, but now it's nice to also have some time for other stuff now as well.
Yeah, it must feel good to finish. I something
Yeah,
that you've planned for so long, and yeah, from the outside, it seems that that is done well. That you're happy with the results, so that's pretty good.
yeah, thank you. I'm also preparing already some notes for my famous after release article, which I normally release something like a year after the release, but maybe
Hmm.
I will do it a little bit earlier this year already. But yeah, this will also be fun sharing my release. How did the release go? What were the numbers? And I'm pretty sure people are interested in this as well because yeah, that's where I see, okay, what's going on, how is it, how
Hmm.
is he really doing, how are the sales, is it worth doing something? Like, yeah, as I mentioned, I've worked over 220 hours on the course, and I'm still doing. Last week I was, like I mentioned, I was working on the purchasing power parity
Yeah.
feature, some extensions to that, and it's not like it's now finished. The content is finished, but then you do so much more, and advertising, thinking about new ways how I can, yeah, tell people about this course which are not in my community or the people that I know. So it's never really finished, but it's also fun to have time for those things as well.
Yeah, indeed. Where it's like you said, it's never finished, but the pressure is off. You can
Yeah.
do it a little bit more at your pace. It's not like I need to crank these videos out. It's more, hey, these are like the things that I can do to make the sales better, but there's no deadline. There's no one waiting for you
Yeah. Oh,
then.
that
And yeah.
that feels good. So how have you been? What have you been up to the last weeks besides
um
streaming? Because it feels like you're streaming every day almost currently.
Yeah, I've seen the list of past streams, and I think last week I did like 4 or 5 streams even.
Wow, that's a
You
lot.
know, but these things aren't really planned. It's more like, hey, this could be cool for streaming. Let's just do it. I don't have like a schedule. Maybe I might end up streaming next week 2 or 3 times, but I honestly don't know yet. There's like no plan.
Yeah, but
Um,
sorry to interrupt, but how cool is it right now for you to, if you have something that you want to stream about, that it feels like you can just start the stream and you're good to go. You have your setup, you feel comfortable, you know how it works. So I think it's pretty cool that you reach this point where you can just say, okay, I'm going to stream now, and then you do a stream and people will watch it because they know it will be interesting every time. And Freek's good at that. So I think that's really nice.
Thanks. Yeah, I hope that people like it. I certainly like doing it. I think it's one of the best things that happened through the pandemic, that you just, yeah, learn to do this. And yeah, that I upgraded some of my stuff at home, because this is like a perfect way to keep reaching people in some way without, yeah, actually physically going to a conference or going to a meetup. For me, it's a little bit the replacement of speaking at meetups, just doing my own streams.
Hmm.
And yeah, that's what, yeah, you've been doing as well, right? Because you, I think, weren't streaming before the pandemic, I guess, or were you already into that?
I tried it once. I think it's already 2 years ago, where I tried it with, I think, with OBS. And yeah, it was really strange. So we had some technical issues at the beginning. I didn't felt comfortable. Um, yeah, I didn't enjoy it at all. So that's why I
Yeah,
haven't given it another try in the last 2 years. And I waited till, I think, at the beginning of the year, because yeah, for my resolutions blog post, I said I really want to give streaming a honest try now, and to see if it's something for me, because yeah, you never know, maybe you try it and then you feel like, okay, I don't like it, it doesn't benefit me, I don't enjoy it that much, and then of course you don't have to do it. So, but you have to try it and to find this out. So that's why I had this on my list for this year. And I did a test call at the beginning of the year, and then a few weeks later my first real coding stream. And yeah, I kept going because I also really enjoy it. And I think, especially in those times, it's nice to have some people around. And for me, every time it feels like I'm not alone while working, while coding, and I can talk to other developers, which I usually don't have because I'm working just alone most of the time.
yeah.
So yeah, that's also why I really enjoyed streaming even more now these last months.
Yeah, I think it's also maybe less frightening when you use something like StreamYard instead of
Yeah.
OBS, because with OBS, it goes through your internet connection. If something goes wrong, it's probably because something at your end goes wrong. And I started with OBS as well. And I remember in the beginning, like, yeah, I hope that there's nobody drilling now in the street or destroying my line, or there's like another computer in the house that suddenly starts to download 20 gigabytes or something. And it's like that stressful situation where you're not really entirely sure, is this all going to work? And
Mhm.
certainly with OBS, if you want to have guests, I figured it out. You can like use Skype and some, and yeah, some setup to get people there. But there are so much things that can go wrong. And yeah, with StreamYard, it's just, or there are similar services as this, but as a service like StreamYard just takes the pain a little bit away. You just click, you give people the link, and it just works. And that's nice that you don't have to, yeah, worry about that, I think.
Yeah, I saw it you using StreamYard, and you showed it to me when you invited me to one of the streams, and I felt like, okay, this is really a game changer for me, because streaming itself is already a little bit stressful, and people are watching, especially if you do coding and you show some real work, and there's so much going on already. And if you can take away all the technical stuff around it so that it just works and you just have some to click some buttons and you're live. And for me, this was really a big deal, and I think that's why I gave streaming another chance. And yeah, that's also why I didn't have to invest too much in checking how OBS works, how do I do some kind of inlays and stuff like that. So for me, this was really a game changer.
Cool, cool. I'm glad that I could introduce it to you. I got introduced it myself by Kaneko. He said, like, Freek, you should
Again.
check you again. Yeah, the mastermind behind this all. Yeah,
He's
and
everywhere.
what I also like about streaming is like the yeah, you can decide that for yourself, I guess. But for my streams, I really like to have like a very informal atmosphere. Like I say it at the beginning, or at most streams in the beginning, like I haven't rehearsed this, and in most cases I haven't rehearsed anything. I think the only time that I actually rehearsed something is when we launched Ray, because I wanted to do that really well. But all the other streams with coding and stuff, it's like, hey, okay, thank you for being here. Let's just show you some things. It's a little bit like, in my mind, like if you're working at an office and the colleagues ask, hey, can you show me that? Okay,
Yeah.
sure, I'll show you. It isn't prepared, so it's a little bit muddy sometimes that you don't know exactly, but you know, that kind of atmosphere, that is kind of cool, I think. And I think if you begin with streaming, you think that everything needs to be perfectly prepared and it needs to be polished. But I think if you just, yeah, embrace the informal nature, you'll have a better time, I think, for the kind of streams that we do, at least.
Yeah, I think so too. So Travis was asking if we're currently using StreamYard, and yeah, we do. So as
Yep.
Frank mentioned, it's so easy to just send out a link to someone else, and then I'm now looking at the browser, because that's the link that Frank showed me, and now I'm in the streams, and that's all I had to do to join his stream, and this makes it extremely powerful. And also, like you mentioned, yeah, the first stream you want to be really prepared. And it's funny now that we're talking that much about streaming, because as always, we haven't prepared anything that we want to talk about. We just start the stream and we see where it takes us. And I've posted this week a blog post about my streaming experience so far. So, and there I also said, for my first stream that I did, I tried out all the features that I wanted to implement before the stream, because I was very nervous and I didn't want anything to go wrong. So I spent like 2 hours before the stream to try everything out, before then rolling it back, and then in the stream doing it again. And when you think about it, it's not what streaming is about. But yeah, I felt somehow more comfortable doing it this way. But this was just the first time, and now for every stream I just take a look about what I want to do. I have some notes, like 3 or 4 lines with some features that I might want to do, but that's it. And then I just go with the flow. And I think you just, when you start streaming, you need to prepare your mind that yeah, you will fail, some things will go wrong, and it's totally fine. And people are here for that, because they want to see you, how you react, how you solve problems, because that's very beneficial for them, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. Um, let's see. There's a question in the chat that I have to take, Christoph.
Yeah, sure.
How is it going with the Lego project?
Good one. Yeah, I haven't
That's a good
seen more
one.
images.
Um, Yeah, it's actually standing there. Let me put my microphone there.
Oh yeah.
That's like there the Colosseum. I'm not going to move it because I'm afraid I will drop it on the stream. But there's like a little piece that is not connected to the rest. Let me fetch it. Let me fetch it and show you.
I hope he does not fall now. Oh, he's just picking the piece. Okay.
So yeah, this is a piece of the Colosseum. It's all made in Lego.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like the biggest Lego set that they have. And I hadn't made any Lego before.
But it's the
But
first time you did?
this is like the first time. But yeah, Christoph, it's really easy. It's just following the plan. You
Yeah.
just
I was
spend
just
time. You just spend time, and then this comes out. There's like no real skill involved except patience, I guess. And I started with this because, yeah, my sister, she started with it, and she said, "Yeah, this is like a good uh, mental exercise to think about nothing. You know,
yeah,
it's really calming." And
like
I thought
meditation.
a little bit like meditation, yeah. And then I thought, yeah, maybe this works for me as well because, yeah, I sometimes tend to, yeah, work a little bit too much, I guess, where I keep thinking, yeah, I can do this, can do that, can do that. And for me, it's a way of just thinking about nothing, just enjoying a podcast or some music while I'm doing that, and it's really fun. I think.
And when do you think you will be finished?
I think later this weekend. I think tonight I have some time planned. And the box. So this set came in like a big box with four small boxes in it, and
Mhm.
I'm now at the fourth box. So
Okay.
I'm at the end,
Getting close.
getting closer. Yeah, and I'm thinking maybe I'm not going to do it immediately, but there's like this set that's a little bit famous, I guess, where you can create like the Millennium Falcon in Lego. And I'm thinking of maybe doing that one as well, just for giggles.
Is that the biggest one or?
That is the biggest one in size, I think. This is the biggest one, the Colosseum, in the number of bricks it
Ah, okay.
has.
Mhm.
Yeah, but the Millennium Falcon just has like bigger parts, so it's physically much bigger than this one.
Do you already have a place where you put it when you're done?
No, and that's like the big worry of my girlfriend. Like, where are you going to put this?
We have no room.
This is like we don't need this. Yeah, I think I'll probably have it somewhere here in yeah, this room, which is called the man cave. I call it my office. My girlfriend says it's the man cave.
Yeah.
So yeah, probably it will end up here somewhere, something like that.
And do your kids play Lego too?
Yeah, they have lots and lots of Lego. I guess they built like their own towers. They don't follow any plans or something. I think we've bought them sometimes like sets that they can make, but not as large as this one. Like children's sets, like the fire brigade office stuff like that. And they're, of course, they're pretty interested in this one as well. So they helped me already build some of the towers where I just so the youngest one, he fetches all the little Legos that are needed, and the older one, he puts it all together, and I'm sitting next to it after each step. Okay, that's good. Okay, you made a little error. Let's do it again. No worries. And yeah, we've done it a little bit together that time. So that's also pretty nice. That's something that you can do together.
Yeah, sounds cool.
Well, semi-related, Christoph. When you are thinking like I'm thinking a little bit too much about work or stuff, how do you calm down?
Yeah, good question. So I think for me mostly it's sports.
Yeah,
So I tend to go running like once or twice a week. Before that, I was a lot of bouldering, climbing, but we
yeah,
can't do this right now. So the last year it was mainly going for a run, something like this.
yeah.
But yeah, I've also thought about different ways, and yeah, maybe I give also this Lego thing a try because I also thought about yeah trying out some little bit of meditation. So maybe
Hmm.
yeah to try new things in this direction as well. But yeah, mostly for me it's sports. I'm
Yeah,
only concentrate then on the body and not on the mind, and that's really nice too.
yeah. I think for a lot of people, sport is like the way to do that. I do that also or I also enjoy like shutting down the mind when, yeah, riding the bike. I sometimes,
Mhm.
I probably told that already.
Yeah,
Bike to another city, sometimes alone, sometimes with a buddy, and that's also good to just not think about the things you think too much about. I guess you could say.
yeah. I think it's also a little bit easier, at least for me, in the summer, because then there's more stuff that you can do also on the weekends, and then you're not that a lot of time at home because currently, yeah, we've been only at home, and then mostly what you do is work because yeah, because
Hmm.
you can, and there's not much else you can do. Maybe you can watch a little TV or make some dinner or a little bit of sports at home, but yeah, it's limited.
Yeah, I think that. Oh, I don't want to let this sound too heavy, but I think if you're too much alone, that sometimes some thoughts that in normal circumstances wouldn't have like time to grow, they have time to
Yeah,
fester and to stay in your mind a little bit longer than as if you're seeing people that thought goes away, you think about something else. I think that is like the basis, yeah, or can be a basis for a little bit of unhappiness in people, that they just too much time to let a thought stay running in their mind.
yeah, I think so too.
There's a question here, simulated. I started meditating this week just to see if I like it. Do you guys meditate or have you?
So, do you want to start or?
You can start if you want.
Okay, so I don't think I meditated. Okay, maybe a little bit. So in my at my last company, our boss was a lot into meditation, and the last month where I've been there, he tried that we did. I think it was every day before we had our daily stand up. We did 5 or 10 minutes of meditation together
Hmm.
where we all closed our eyes and he talked a little bit and we tried to concentrate on the body and things like that. So yeah, maybe I already did it a little bit now that I think about it, and I think I also enjoy it. I think it's good if you can bring your mind a little bit down and bring out all the thoughts that you have, because yeah, we I think we all currently just have so many thoughts in our mind about work, about everything else, and
Hmm.
I think it's a nice way to do this. And what I also did, I was surfing in the last 10 years every now and then. And then when you go to surf places, surf camps, you also have yoga there, and meditation is also a little bit part of yoga every time a little bit. So I have a little bit of experience, but not too much. But I think I would really enjoy it if I do it more.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm a little bit in the same situation as you, I guess, but but with even less experience, I think. Um, I've never given it like a proper chance, I think. I once installed like an app on my phone. I don't know which one it was. It was like one of the big meditation apps. And I
Mhm.
did it for like a week or something.
Okay.
But it didn't stick. After that, it didn't grow into a habit. And then, yeah, I kind of lost it. Um, I'm not saying that it doesn't work or it isn't helpful. It's obviously very helpful to a lot of people, but it doesn't, yeah, really stuck with me yet, I guess. I think I have like other ways, like yeah, biking, doing the Lego thing. Making music is also a way, I guess, because when I'm busy with that, I don't think about other stuff at all.
Yeah.
So that's also like a way. So I guess that I'm a little bit lucky that I can achieve, I think, what meditation tries to achieve, just to clear your mind in other kind of ways.
Yeah, I think so too. So there are different ways to get there, but yeah, as people are mentioning, it's important to take those time off and clear your mind, and whatever works, you should do that.
Yeah,
I
indeed.
read now the last comment by Hamed, and I think this might be also a good thing to talk about. So, what does your typical day look like, Freak? So, on average, when do you wake up? What's your Do you have a morning routine? How do you work during the day, and what do you do at night, and when do you go to sleep?
Yeah, a lot can be said about this. Let's maybe do like a typical weekday.
Mhm.
Yeah, obviously I have to get up because yeah, there are two little humans in this house which need to go to school. So I usually get up. Yeah, I think between 7 and 7:30, so 7:30, to be more clear. And then it's just yeah, breakfast, getting like the children ready. And I think since like 2 months ago, they're allowed to go to the school by themselves, and the school that is just like a 10-meter walk or something. The
10
school is
meters?
yeah, oh yeah, I exaggerate, maybe like 50 meters or something. It's
Okay,
like
that's
around the
stronger than
corner,
Michigan.
a few houses, and that's it. They're in the school in less than a minute. So it's yeah, if yeah, to give a little bit of context, they are 7 years old and 9 years old, or
Mhm.
6 years old. The other one will become, or the youngest one will become 7. And it's not that I let them go through the entire city on their own. It's just like 1 minute walk, and they want to do it. It's like, yeah, we want to go by ourselves because we are very big. No, you're still small, but you're allowed to. It's good. And after that, so between 8 and 9, I probably will go through my mails and do like easy work, because I consider that a little bit of like I during the pandemic, like bonus time. It's like normally people start at 9, and then yeah, I start a little bit earlier. This is how it works in my mind. So this is like my bonus time where I can finish off the stuff so I don't need to think about it. In
That's
normal
why you're
days,
ahead of us all, because you start a little bit earlier every day.
I'm pretty sure there are other people that start way earlier than me. On that note, there's a colleague of mine. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that I can share it, because I think he shared it already on Twitter. There's one colleague of mine who starts really early, and that's Brent. Brent starts at 5 o'clock. It's like whoa. Uh,
5 o'clock working or waking up?
I think working. Yeah.
Oh,
So the
really?
first
Wow.
messages that I get from him are around 5, and he doesn't expect an answer then, but he's already busy, and he starts. He also stops earlier, so he has
Yeah.
like a little bit of another rhythm. He's like a morning person. I'm more like an evening kind of person. So that time between 8 and 9, and in normal circumstances, I'm mostly on a train then. Yeah, when there's no pandemic, towards the office, and then I have that same time. It's like bonus time. Not in the office yet, but I can already do some stuff. And I think something that I try to do is around 12 or something. I yeah, do lunch obviously, and also make like a small walk in the city, just half an hour of walking, just to clear my mind a little bit.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
Yeah. And then, yeah, when I'm back from 1 till maybe when the kids come home, I just do in one go. Then I don't take any breaks probably, because that's like the focus time. that I have. When the children are at home, there's a little bit of noise, but I don't mind too much. I can still work a little bit. And after they've gone to sleep, that's around 8. It depends a little bit. Yeah, sometimes I do stuff with my girlfriend, obviously, but sometimes it's also a little bit of working. But I don't consider that work. Then in the evenings, I only do stuff that I really
Mhm.
find fun to do. I can't do like hard stuff that I don't enjoy too much in the evening. In the evening, coding should be 100% fun.
Yeah.
And when I go to sleep, that's there's like a big margin in there. Sometimes it's maybe 11, something like that. But sometimes it's also like 1 or 2 o'clock
Oh,
when I'm
okay.
feeling really energetic. And as long as a few times in a week I can sleep earlier, I have no problems with being up a little bit longer. And I guess that is where my uh,
The
head
extra
start
time comes from, yeah.
comes a little bit from that extra time. Um, I've become a little bit more mindful that when I'm feeling tired, I should go to sleep, and I feel that I've become better in that. I think a few years ago, I would say, no, let's just go. You only have one life. Let's just enjoy it. Where I now have learned to be a little bit calmer in that regard. Yeah, I've already talked a lot, Christoph. Now it's up to you.
Okay, so normally weekday, my alarm goes on at, I think it's 6:20, something like this. The last month, every time at 6:20, I was like, "Oh my god, I have to do burpees. It's the burpee challenge. I want to get it behind me." I just went down, brushed my teeth, and then go down our cellar, and I did the burpees. So that I was finished around 7 or so. But usually, yeah, I stand up then at 6:30, something like this. I'm also more like a morning person, so I have not too much problem waking up. My wife mostly sleeps a little bit longer, and I use the time to prepare some breakfast, maybe clean up some dishes from the last day or things like that. So um, most also an evening shower, so I like to shower in the evening before I go to bed, and not in the morning. I think it's also
Whoa.
interesting because people are very different here in these regards. I think I also discussed it with Trees and with some other people already because they're very strong opinions about that. I'm not sure how it's with you, but I like to go into bed very fresh, so that's why I need to take a shower at the evening. Is it?
Cool, cool. Yeah, you're one of the few people that I know that are in that rhythm, or maybe the only one. Most
Maybe
of the
I'm the only
people that
one.
that I know shower, luckily, and I think they all do it in the morning. I guess, but yeah, I think it also makes sense to be like a clean person when you go into your clean bed.
But yeah, this also depends, of course, on when I'm doing sports. So when I'm
Yeah,
doing
yeah,
sports in the morning or during the day, of course, then it will be different.
yeah,
But
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
mostly I'm going to prepare breakfast. Then we have breakfast together. I think at around 7:30, something like this. Then I think we take like 30 minutes to have breakfast together to talk a little bit, exchange some thoughts, and what are our plans for today, and then yeah, I think I mostly start working then between 8 and 8:30, and the last 2 months.
So you
Sorry.
also have bonus time before
Yeah.
9.
So yeah,
Nice.
but for me it always felt like okay, I'm up at 6:30, and then I'm starting like 2 hours later to work. For me, it feels like oh my god, I could have already worked 2 hours, but but I think you always think that in that regards every time, no matter when you wake up.
Yeah.
But yeah, then I start working at around 8 or 8:30, and the last 2 months I always start with my typing club challenges. So there's this app called typingclub.com where you can train your typing.
Uh-huh.
your 10 finger typing. And I
Oh,
didn't learn that at school because when we went to school, we you didn't learn something like that. So that's why I tried to learn the, what is it called in English, 10 finger typing
yeah.
system, something like this.
In Belgium, we call it, if I translate to English, blind typing.
Blind tapping. Okay, yeah, maybe
Yeah. Yeah.
that's how it's called. And I started like I think 10, no, yeah, maybe 10 years ago. I started learning it, and I've been doing it since then, but with a little variation.
Mm-hmm.
And about a half a year ago, I said, okay, I need to learn everything really well, and also the numbers. I didn't have any system for the numbers because I didn't learn that back time. And
Yeah.
yeah, it's funny because I noticed it while streaming. Because while streaming, I'm also standing like this, and I noticed that I often have to look down
Yeah.
when I was typing some shortcuts. And I didn't notice that the years before that I was doing that, because for me it felt like I was blindly typing, but every now and then I look down, and
Yeah.
especially for numbers. And then I said, okay, now I really want to learn this so that I can do this perfectly, because yeah, I'm typing the whole day, and if I can improve this just a little bit, it will help me a lot the next years. And so that's why I do some challenges, like 5 or 10 minutes every morning before I start working. Yeah, because also it's an easy task to start with, and then I will go through my mails and see, okay, what's on my plan for today. And like mentioned, I have here this wall here. Can show this a little bit here, like this, where I have all my notes for today and for the next week. And I'm going to check, okay, what do I want to do today? And then I write down with hand the things that I want to do today. And then I mostly work till 11:30, something like this. And then maybe I cook or my wife cooks lunch. And then we have lunch around 12 o'clock, because at 12 o'clock there is Shopping Queen. Not sure if
What is that?
you know that.
No, never heard of it.
Okay, it's a series where for every week you have like 4 or 5 participants, and every day one of them is giving some money, and they need to go shopping for a specific topic. And then at the end of the week, they all have to present their outfits, and then one famous designer from Germany is picking one, and also the participants vote each other, and then you have the kind Shopping Queen is the one that won. And my wife is very into this series, so that's why we mostly at dinner watch this together. And yeah, I've seen it now so many times that
You're
I think
interested as well.
yeah, I think so too.
No judgment here. No judgment here.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
And after that, let me see. Yeah, then mostly we go to work again. So yeah, for me, since I don't have a team, and I mostly work alone, there are always things that come in between. Like the last week, I was doing a lot in the garden, so I maybe took some hours after lunch or maybe before lunch, and then I did some shopping. So mostly there are things coming in between. I can just do them when I have to, because my wife is not that flexible with work. So she's working mostly 9 to 5, or more 9 to 6 or 7, because she's also working a lot. But yeah, then usually in the afternoon I also work, like, yeah, there's not really a time. Maybe it's 3, maybe it's 4, 5, 6, 7. So it changes a lot for me. So depending on what I have to do, what I want to do. So there's not like a typical plan that I have.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then regarding the evening, let me think. Yeah, we mostly dinner around 6 or 7, and then maybe we do some work again, or maybe I'm playing a little bit of PlayStation, or we're doing some sports. So lots of different things, and we mostly go to sleep at I say 11 p.m.,
Yeah.
but not much later than that. So
Yeah.
I can't remember actually when I've been up till 2 a.m. So I think that's already 2 years past some party or something like that, but it didn't happen that much lately.
Yeah, for me, it's a little bit that time. It's like the time without any expectations, everybody's gonna sleep, nobody expects anything
Yeah,
from you, you don't even expect anything from yourself yet, and that's why it's, for me at least, an enjoyable time, because it's like the ultimate me time, I would say, that is, because you're not distracted in any way. But some people have that, like, in the morning more than
yeah,
I have. Yeah, everybody's a little bit different, I guess, in
yeah,
that
for
regard.
sure.
There's another thing here that we can discuss. Burpees. You completed the challenge, right?
Yeah, by the way, how did it go for you, Freek?
Well, last year I completed it until the end.
Yeah, yeah,
This
I remember.
year, I didn't.
Okay.
I did like the first 7 or 8 days or something like that. And then, unluckily for me, I became a little bit ill.
Oh,
No,
okay.
no, no, nothing really worse. And after a few days later, I was okay. But it was like, yeah, out of my habit again. And
Yeah,
in my head, it was like, yeah, I can't complete again. I've missed those days. And then my motivation was gone.
it
And
breaks
I
the
think,
spirit. Yeah,
yeah, and it's really stupid because doing just continuing is much better than just breaking it off entirely. But yeah, that's a little bit like how my mind works. If I can't do it properly, I'm just not motivated. And I was thinking, yeah, okay, next year then. It's,
then again.
yeah,
Yeah,
I was thinking, yeah, maybe I can do a few days more than in May to compensate, but nah, okay.
not
So
worth it.
yeah, not
It,
not not working for me.
Yeah, by the
So
way, it's the same for me. If something like that would come in between for me, it also felt like okay, now it doesn't make sense anymore, which is really stupid. But yeah, some
yeah,
minds maybe like ours work like that. So I was very happy that I wasn't ill or something came in between or didn't get insured or something like this. Because yeah, then I think I would have stopped as well.
yeah. But yeah, congrats to you, Christoph. Um, do you still continue to do burpees, or is it just in April that you do it?
So I haven't done any purpose since the end of April, which I'm really glad about. But yeah, me and my wife, we were doing some workouts. I think like half a year or 6 months before the burpee challenge started, where we were working out 2 times a week, and it was always 7 till 8, and there was a live stream from someone helping out with some exercises, and then every now and then we did burpees as well. So that's why it was quite okay for me starting the April challenge, because I already did a little bit of burpees the last 6 months, which really helped. But besides that, I wouldn't do any burpees for my workout if I have to pick it myself, because if I can, I would go running, I would go playing soccer or climbing or riding a bike. So that's all things I would prefer over doing any kind of exercises just at home, if I can and if there's a chance to do that.
Mhm. Yeah, I think certainly when burping, you can get a little bit fed up with it. It's like the same movements, nothing's happening. In the beginning, it's like the challenge, like, yeah, you're really dying a little bit, or I at least am. So let's go. But I think after, like, or I should say, yeah, last year, after the 30th day of April, just like, whew, okay, good. And I still remember that I was thinking, I'm going to continue this because this is like a good habit. And I think on May the 2nd or something, it was like the last time that I did it, something like
Great.
that.
Oh
There's no
God.
challenge anymore.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But it's funny for me, always those challenges. Somehow it works for my mind doing something. If I have
Hmm.
any of those challenges, I do it. And if I don't have a challenge or a plan, then it feels like, yeah, why should I do those exercises today? Does it even give me any self? Does it even do I even benefit if I don't do it tomorrow, or if I don't know what next exercise I do? So yeah, somehow my mind really works very well if I have some kind of challenges, and I often do
Mhm.
those challenges just for myself. So the next 30 days I'm going to do this or that, and then I know,
Yeah.
okay, I don't want to skip it because then I would ruin it. And yeah, it's interesting.
Christoph, I have here like a good last question for the stream. So we're already
Oh yeah,
50
I
minutes
think.
in or something like that. So here's another a good positive one, I think. What are you excited most for the year? That's a good open question, I guess.
Wow.
It's, yeah, I have to think a little bit as well.
Okay, then let me start. So the first thing that came into my mind was vacation for sure. So me and my wife we are looking forward to doing vacation now for a very long time, and we have now to plan to do a 2 week trip at the end of May, if it's possible. We don't know yet. And also in June, at the end of June, we also have 1 week where we want to do something. And yeah, if this is going to happen, this would be really nice. And I think that's currently the most thing that I'm thinking about, that I'm excited about for the rest of the year.
Cool,
Yeah.
cool, cool.
What about
Um,
you?
the first thing that popped in my head, it's a little bit, yeah, not cliche, but maybe shallow. The first thing that popped in my mind was, yeah, tomorrow. Tomorrow will be a pretty good day. There's a buddy coming over that also has a kid. So you're allowed to have a little bit of visits when you are outside. And yeah, tomorrow, yeah, it's gonna be a very sunny day here. Yeah, having like good laughs, having good drinks, children enjoying themselves. Uh, yeah, this was like the first thing that popped in my mind. Yeah, this will be fun. I think another thing that I'm pretty excited for, but there's like no real date set yet, is that with my band we have recorded an album. Um,
Mhm.
it is finished basically. We just have to figure out like the artwork and how we are going to promote it. If we are going to promote it. Um, and yeah, I'm pretty excited by that because that doesn't really happen a lot in the type of bands that I play in. I think the general speed in which my bands make songs is like once a year or maybe once every 2 years we have a song where we're very happy with, and now we have suddenly in half year we have made like 6 or 7 things that we're quite happy about.
That's cool.
So yeah, I'm really looking forward to the day where we can say like this is like the finished thing. We have artwork and I have it in my hands. So I don't know the date yet, but it will probably happen this year. So that's already good. Oh, here's another good answer by Adrian: getting vaccinated than traveling. Yeah, I guess this is true for millions of people. I think that
Yeah,
this is what they're looking forward to.
that's also on my list. Yeah, true.
Yeah,
Good point. Good point.
yeah, I still have to get my invitation, but I'm glad that you already got yours. And another answer for me, it's also vacation Laravel 9. Yeah, that makes me happy as well, but on another level. And the start of the football season, the American one.
Oh,
Um,
American. For me,
yeah.
there's only one football, which is soccer. Sorry, so I can't take this too serious. Sorry, man.
It was like half the finals of the Champions League, I guess. And
Yeah.
what was it like a good or is it going to be a good final, Christoph, or not? No,
No.
your team lost, or
Yeah. So since the semifinals, I already know there was 4 teams, and I don't like any of those 4 teams. So
oh
for me,
yeah.
it's already quite boring. But I still watched them a little bit, and going to watch the final as well. But yeah, it's not teams that I like. So I
Hmm.
have to wait for next year again, and I hope for Liverpool then again.
Hmm.
But
How
yeah,
far how far did Liverpool get this time?
I think it was What's beneath the quarterfinals in English?
The eight finals? The
Yeah,
eight.
yeah,
Yeah,
something
I
like
know
that.
what you mean.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like this one. But now then, now when I think about it again, Liverpool is still fighting to get to the Champions League for the next year, and it does not look like that. So maybe next year Liverpool is not playing Champions League. So
Hmm.
then we have to play Europe League or something like that. So yeah, hard times for Liverpool fans currently.
Yeah, you still keep cheering for them, right? It's not that you're going to another team. This is your
Yep.
team, right? Okay, you're
There's
a
only
good
Liverpool here.
you're a good
Only
fan.
plays for one team in my heart.
Next month there's like a new scarf there, Manchester.
Yeah, I switch it every time. Yeah.
Yeah. Good, Christoph. Yeah, we're busy now for an hour now, so I guess it's a good place to start winding things down. Oh, Kaneko is here. Uh, Try that background for the live that I sent you. Oh, I've only gotten the card.
Oh, there
I
was another one.
guess.
Oh,
I
have they
don't
been?
know. Ah, yeah, I see here in the Telegram that there is a background now as well.
Can you try it real
We
quick? Or
yeah, we're going to do it. We can't go off air without having
yeah,
tried this. Show it in the Finder. Oh yeah, it's a good one. Brand, I can.
Dun, 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 dun.
Background. This one. And this file, it's uploading now. And let's see.
I'm super
Hey,
excited.
yeah, this is like our new background
Oh yeah,
of the call. Yeah, perfect. It fits perfectly with like the this slide that Kaneko has made for us, our discover art. Yeah, this is a much better feeling. We should do another hour now with
yeah,
these backgrounds. No, we're going to do that next month or something.
yeah, yeah. Thank you so much, Kaneko. We really appreciate that, and you should all go and sponsor Kaneko on GitHub.
Yeah, go do that. Yeah, it's pretty amazing how fast also that Kaneko has made these beautiful crafts for us. Really,
Yeah.
really grateful. Okay,
Well, yeah.
I guess that's it. Is there something else that you want to say that you want to plug or something? Or are
Um,
we good?
I'm good. I don't have anything. Do you have anything?
No, I'm good as well. See if there's any last comments. Lol, nice. Okay, good. Then we're finished. Let me pull up the banner, and that's it. Thanks, Christoph. See you. See you soon.
Yeah,
Bye
you too. It was
bye.
nice again.
Bye bye.
Bye, everyone.